Why is LBRY such a small project target to the SEC? What are they trying to achieve with this? Katie, what do you think?
I mean, like you, I've listened to some of the interviews with Jeremy Kaufman, the CEO of LBRY, and it was really obvious to me from what he was saying that LBRY were very transparent and they had given voluntarily a lot of information to the SEC, which I mean can't possibly have been under legal advice, I would expect, but they had been very transparent, made a lot of information public, and they'd also made attempts to speak with the SEC and to gain clarity. And you're entirely right. I think that was rebuffed, and there have been comments even from inside the SEC. I think from is it Hester Pierce, who said that we just didn't engage. We're just we're not putting in place any guidance. We're just going for enforcement, and that was an inside criticism. So I think the fact is that the SEC had a lot of information on LBRY, and it's easier when you have a lot of information to make something stick, I think. But my fellow panelists from the US will probably have a better idea than I do as to the motives of the SEC, potentially.
And Jonathan, what do you think? Why is such a small project of such a big interest for our beloved SEC?
I mean, I think we're seeing that the SEC is going after easy wins. Other than the XRP case, they really haven't gone after a well-funded project. I mean, the securities case against the insider traders, and that's out in Washington right now, the Coinbase insider traders, they didn't go after any of the tokens. They just went after a couple individuals who made a couple $100,000 inside of front running these trades. And they're going after that. They go after the kicks. They go after the telegrams. They go after that. But they didn't go after FTT. They didn't go after lots of these other projects that probably are closer to the line for lots of these things, but they're very well funded. They're going to be a well-funded defense. They've seen what Ripple has been able to put up with their XRP token defense and what's going on with that. And I think that they've decided to go after some of these easy wins so that when they do want to go after the bigger projects, they can just string cite 7 different decisions, the Telegram, the kick decision, this decision. And even though lots of the things that they'll cite are in dicta, even though lots of the things aren't applicable for these different projects, when a federal judge is looking at that, they're not saying, oh, well, those weren't as well funded, I'm not going to pay attention to that. They're just saying that there's been 4 cases that have ruled for the SEC and 0 for token people. So I think that's what the SEC's plan is, to kind of develop this circuit war chest of all these various smaller project decisions, that then when they decide to go after the bigger projects, they have that. And then we're, as litigators, we have to spend valuable page space distinguishing those projects and distinguishing all that, when SEC can just put a string cite there and they want to point there that now we have to rebut. And I think that's the main thing.